You wanted to tell Vicky's story.
I wanted to tell the story of you all, of the day you went to school without shoes.
I know. It's a sad story.
It's a sad, funny story. But we have to tell it like you're you and I'm Vicky. So I've been remembering Vicky's side to the story.
Vicky's side was wrong.
Well, what was your side?
Well, you know that we didn't have anyone to wake us up and get us to school in the mornings. We just had to get ourselves up into school in the mornings.
Right.
And I had an important job. I was the captain of the safety
Captain
patrol.
of the safety patrol, yes.
I was. And it was an important thing.
And what grade were you in?
In 5th grade.
That's what I was thinking. So
Because-
she would have been in 4th grade, right?
Yeah, because the 6th grade had been moved down. 5th graders were the big kids when I was in 5th grade. So I got myself up and went to school, but I forgot to put on my shoes because I did not wear shoes at home.
Right.
So I just got up hurriedly, got dressed, went to school, and got there and realized I had no shoes on. And I had this position of authority.
Right.
And Vicki had gone to spend the night with Belinda King.
Belinda, that's right.
Yes.
I remembered it was Belinda. I didn't remember her last name.
And that was part of the reason I was hurried getting, because usually Vicki woke me up, or we woke each other up. So I was alone that morning and out of sync. Belinda King and Vicki came to school on the bus. And the bus got there a good 30 minutes before school started. And
So you weren't too late. Well, you had your
I wasn't
special
late.
duty.
I wasn't late, but I was working.
Right.
I was on playground duty at the lower grades.
Wait a minute. So that's what the safety patrol did?
Well, we had a lot of jobs.
I
We-
thought you
we-
had to like help people cross the street.
No, that was what Mr. Carnes did.
Okay.
And me.
Yeah, your dad was Mr. Carnes because he's the only one who fit the raincoat. Mr. Carnes was only absent one time in the whole 50 years he worked there.
And Dad got to fill in?
Right.
And it was out for a couple of weeks. And I was Mr. Carnes.
For 2 weeks, huh? Was it? Wow.
So I didn't help, I did playground duty,
Okay.
which was to break up the fights and, general playground duty stuff. Teachers didn't do playground duty then. Or actually, there was usually one teacher up by the door that the safety patrol could run get if they needed someone.
Okay.
Sometimes we did playground duty, sometimes we did hall duty, and occasionally restroom duty to make sure that the kids were behaving themselves in the restroom.
Jeez.
Yeah, they had us organized.
I guess
And
so.
I was the captain. I
Okay.
was the one sending the kids out to all the other things.
All right.
And there I was at school with no shoes on. And it was totally embarrassing to suddenly discover that you were at school in your uniform with no shoes on.
All right.
So when Vicki came, she said she was going to go home and change clothes. And I thought that was a good idea because, for one thing, Belinda King wore bright red lipstick to school every day. And she was a 3rd or 4th grader. So I told Vicki to bring my shoes back whenever she came back. Then I wouldn't spend the whole day without shoes.
All right.
And off she went and disappeared from the face of the
Because this is what happened according to Vicky. So they went home and they got right in front of the house. And then Belinda bent over and grabbed her stomach and started moaning and screaming and took off running. And so
I'm
Vicky,
sure that's what happened.
and so Vicky's like, oh no! And she chases after Belinda to find out what's wrong with Belinda. And they go down the street and then they round the corner and there's the truant officer. Now, that's what I can't figure out is how, I mean, like, that had to be pretty early or that was a slow walk home.
that did not happen that fast because Belinda bent over and ran, but she ran about 8 blocks.
Okay.
She was going to her grandmother's house, and her grandmother lived down on Perkins Road somewhere.
Oh, geez, that's
Yeah, it was a long.
that's a haul.
Well, it was down and down the hill and down and down.
Which elementary school did y'all go to?
At Lincoln.
Okay.
So it was a good 8 blocks. And honestly, if you've got a little kid running and screaming and another little kid chasing them, if you're the truant officer just kind of cruising around, somebody's going to report them.
That's true. Although school must have already started.
Yes, they didn't have all that long time. They didn't immediately just go to the house and take off running.
Okay.
No.
So anyway, there's the truant officer. The truant officer picks them up
Yes.
and asks them what they were doing. And Belinda says that just before the truant officer was there was a dog, and she stood on the chair.
Yes.
Stood on the chair. There was a dog this tall chasing after us. And the truant officer turns to Vicky and goes, "Is that what happened to Vicky's all?"
Oh, Vicky was a terrible liar.
And then the truant officer does not believe this. So then at some point, Belinda says, besides which, the captain of the safety patrol ordered us to go get her shoes.
Yes.
And so we had to go home because the
captain of the safety patrol ordered it.
Right.
So here I am, innocently in my 5th grade class, barefoot. And I get called to the principal's office. Oh, it was horrible. It was the most horrible day I'd had in elementary school. Until I got to the principal's office, and it got worse. Because I'm confronted with Belinda and Vicky telling this horrible tale of how I have abused my power and sent them off.
Beautiful.
They didn't believe Belinda and Vicky, they believed me.
Because you are the captain of the safety
I
patrol.
was telling something that sounded like the truth. Hello?
Okay, it's still recording. I can't tell you what time it is.
If the story is from one person, I forgot to put my shoes on when I came to school, and that person is barefoot, and the other person tells this big dog, stomach ache, screaming, running.
Crazy person story.
Yes, they believed me. But I had to spend the whole day at school with no shoes because they did not bring my shoes.
Poor mom.
It was a sad situation. But kids didn't wear shoes at home then. I mean, at least kids in my neighborhood didn't wear shoes at home. So going to school without my shoes was,
Not unbelievable.
well, especially with no one to tell you, hey, put some shoes on.
Shoes on. Right.
But Vicky always blamed me for that. As if it were my fault that Belinda King was crazy. Vicky was a victim of both ends of that story, but she certainly did nothing to help herself.